Hello, I am Staff Sergeant Foreman of Signals Dave Jarvis, and this video is part of a series of short vlogs I'm doing with the aim of increasing and improving cycling around the Royal Corps of Signals. This particular video is going to focus on the visibility of cyclists when they're out on the roads. One of the main reasons I hear people using why they don't want to go out on the road or they don't want to cycle at all is because they don't feel safe, particularly around other vehicles. So this video I'm going to show you some of the ways that make me feel safer out on the road. The key detail being visibility. If a car or any vehicle could see me clearly from a distance, I believe it will give them more time to react to me, and hence they can negotiate and overtake me more safely. Before I do that though, I'm just going to mention very quickly the law, okay? The main thing is you've got to remember though, it is our individual responsibility to ensure we know and understand the law. So I will include a link to the Highway Code in the Facebook post. Please read it. It's you that's going to get penalised if he gets pulled over for not applying the bits that obviously apply to us as cyclists. But the key bit I'm going to mention is regarding lights and reflectors. If you're out at night between the hours of sunset and sunrise, that includes the twilight period, you are required to have an effective red working light on the back, white light on the front, a red reflector on the back and orange reflectors on the front and rear of both your pedals. Now, it is widely known. You do any research around the governing bodies online, British Cycling, Cycling UK, a whole raft of different ones, they all pretty much agree that the Highway Code needs refreshing. An example of why is that most modern bikes don't get sold with pedals when you buy them brand new. Most cyclists, at least the ones I know particularly, only use pedals that allow you to clip in with cycling shoes. I have yet to come across a brand that sell pedals of this nature designed to have reflectors on the front and back of them. So yeah, clearly needs updating. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of the things I do to make sure I can be seen, and basically it makes me feel more confident that I'm safer on the roads. I'm going to start with the obvious. It's been staring me in the face pretty much the whole video so far. What I'm wearing on my body. Now this is hopefully a pretty good example of something that stands out. There's a whole raft of different brands and ways of doing it. You can get various different materials. You can have reflective strips sewn into the linings. You can have, there's a brand that makes shirts that go brilliant white when light hits them, which I think is pretty cool. I don't have any myself to show you, but yeah, have a look around. This is your biggest surface area and the bit that will be seen the easiest by other road users. So use it to your advantage. You don't need to look. You don't need to look atrocious to do it. There are ways of looking pretty decent and having a pretty cool kit. But this is your main arsenal in being visible. It's the biggest surface area. Use it to your advantage. Okay. The next one on the list obviously is lights. When I'm out at night, particularly in darker areas, I always go out with two front lights. One there, for example, and one obviously there on the front left and right of my handlebars. Key detail, now these are bright. With bright lights, I recommend getting one with the ability to twist, because nobody likes getting main beams in the face. Yeah, so you do that if you're in an oncoming car, you just twist it to the left, jobs are good. But bright lights enable you to see the road surface in front of you and hopefully avoid anything that might cause any unnecessary punctures, debris, potholes, that sort of thing. If you're in a well-lit area, a town, garrison, that sort of thing, you don't necessarily need super bright lights. You can pick up a set of lights, front and rear, for relatively cheap prices. You don't need to spend a lot, £10, £15 max for a set. That's it. In terms of backlights, like I said, you can pick up a backlight for a couple of quid with an elastic band, so to speak, sort of fitting to it that just goes around the seat post. You can buy better quality lights. For example, one I have in there, it actually mounts to the seat fittings underneath. That particular one you saw there is a smart light, so it actually gets brighter when I brake. But you can go even more extreme, spend a lot more money and get ones with radar in them so that they flash faster and brighter when cars are approaching, and they also warn you via your bike computer that you've got a vehicle coming behind. It just depends how much you want to spend. Another thing that I always do when I'm out on my bike, fluorescent gloves. Key detail with these, the reason I do it is because when I'm signalling left and right, they can clearly be seen, and so cars know when I'm going left or right. You don't need to spend all the money on things like that. It costs 20, 30 quid to get a decent set of gloves. But a cheaper alternative is to get the snap-on bands like this. You can snap them on your wrist, on your ankle, even on the frame of your bike if you so wish. It's a cheap alternative, a couple of pounds I think. You go to any QMs, I'd like to say any QMs, I can't guarantee any QMs, but the ones I've been to at least, they will issue you with reflective belts. Now I've seen a number of squaddies that go around their garrisons at night in their uniforms on bikes without lights or reflectors or whatever. Camo is designed to prevent you from being seen. If you are one of these people, please, please, please stop and think before you go out on the road. It's not just you that can get hurt. Go and get one, yeah? A novelty alternative, reflective spoke reflectors. You can get them in a variety of colours. For a pack like this, costs you a couple of pounds. I bought a set of different colours just for shits and gigs, excuse my French. Just for a bit of novelty during Christmas, during some charity events. Example of that is you can see blue ones on my blue bike, so you can kind of get them to almost match. Bit of novelty. Okay, the pros might not like it, but you know what? It's good for a laugh. Kids love it. Makes the wheel look like it's got a disc on it when you apply a little bit of speed. Yeah, why not have a bit of fun with it? And then finally, the most important piece of protective equipment, in my opinion, when you're out riding, regardless of discipline, is your helmet. You can fit a light to the back of these. That's what I do. You could also put one on the front, so you get a little bit more visibility, you know, in front of you. But you can also get this tape. Some brands come with it already fitted. You can buy the tape separately, but what that tape does, that's that black shining tape that you can see there. It's on the front and it's on the rear. It actually goes bright white when light hits it, particularly headlights hit it. But you can buy the tape separately, and you can fit it anywhere you like. So I've got that mounted or stuck to the seat post, both sides of my seat post. Just makes it that little bit more visible. So hopefully I've showed you a variety of different things here. Key detail here is combination. I'm not using one thing to stand out on the roads. I'm using a combination of different things. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Have a laugh with it, okay? There's a variety of different ways of trying to have a bit of fun. If anyone else has any other ideas that would help promote safety when they're out on staying visible when they're out on the roads, then please comment below. Add your take on it. It's not just us, the squaddies on the bases. There's families, there's kids as well. I'm sure they could benefit from some of the ideas. But the bottom line is, if you're not sure, ask. If there's products you've seen in here that you'd like a bit more information on, please feel free to ask, okay? And I'll endeavour to help you as best I can, all right? But I'll leave you with one final thought. If you're ever involved in a collision with a motor vehicle, the reality is the cyclist will always come off worse. It's just the nature of it. So the best way is prevention, not cure, okay? So in my view, making sure you can clearly be seen gives motorists the ability to react to you more effectively from further away, and particularly safely, okay? So any questions, please ask, and I'll come back to you as best I can. Thank you for your time.